Welcome to the Wildcat Zone. I am your host, Daniel Bentley. I'm a couple days late on this new episode, so forgive me for that. Right, so today's episode is episode 15. I'm gonna talk about the Cats losing to Georgia. They lost a must-need win, in my opinion. It's really what I'm going to cover today. I'm going to give my thoughts on the game, the first half, second half, what we did wrong, what we could do better going forward in our last 5 games, and we got an MVP of this game, even though we didn't win. Also have a spark plug player and a clutch player, just like last episode. Unfortunately, Cats didn't get the win. They lost 78-86 to the Georgia Bulldogs, the 5th time ever that the Bulldogs have ever won in Rep Arena. And it is unfortunate. Mark Pope is setting records like he said he was, but they're not the positive records that we thought that it would be, unfortunately. But this is year 2. Keep in mind, I know this is Kentucky basketball, and I know our expectations are severely high, as they should be, because we are a blue blood. And we should always expect greatness, and we should always win every game. But unfortunately, it not happen. So I am on YouTube and Facebook under the Wildcat Zone. So please give me a like and subscribe if you've made it this far. At the end of the video, I'm just going to ask for some comments, what you thought of the game, your MVP of the game, who you thought played really well. And just give me your thoughts. I mean, I want to hear from Big Blue Nation, one of the best fan bases, or the best fan base in all of college basketball. So my first half thoughts, we started out pretty good. It's the best start we've had in a game against a conference opponent in a while. We come out. I thought we were going to run them off the floor. We got up by 9. I'm like, oh yeah, we about to send these bull puppies back to Athens where they belong, with their nubs between their legs, and we're gonna run them off the floor. I think is a very critical move on his part. He pulled all the starters out when they were getting hot. Owe was on fire. Chandler was on fire, and he pulled them out. So that's something we've seen all season. We've seen it last season. It's like they're trying to spread the minutes out for whatever reason. His reasoning on the post-game show after the loss to Georgia was, analytically, he's trying to save his best guys for the whole game. These are college athletes. Most of them have played basketball their entire lives. They should be able to play 40 minutes of basketball. So, come on. Analytics are analytics. They're just numbers. They can help, but it seems like they're hindering us, really. He put all the backups in, and Georgia started coming back, and we went to halftime down. I think it was 3 or 4. I don't quite remember. But I had the hope, just like everybody else, we were going to pull it out, as we have been against everybody, it seems. St. John's, Indiana, Tennessee twice, and we've got Arkansas. We come back on them, even though that was a different kind of story for us, because all the technicals kind of got Arkansas ahead of us. But second half come out, and Georgia was still on fire from behind the arc. What we done well in the first half to get up was we were driving in the paint and kicking it to the big man or kicking it to Chandler, and they were making the extra pass. And I remember hearing Mark Pope in the pregame show earlier in the week. They wanted to focus on passing. That was their thing, because they didn't do that against Florida. You had too many guys playing selfish ball, and ultimately lost this game. Even though we lost by 9 to one of the better teams in the top 25 in the NCAA, we didn't really pass the ball when we needed to. I mean, the Florida game, Aberdeen, I know he was trying to be the hero. I know he was trying to show off, because they booed him the entire time. He left them for us. You know, Chandler was hot from 3 against Florida in the moments leading up to when we were coming back. And I feel like he should have passed the ball to him, at least for 2 of those possessions when we were down. But that was last week. This is this week. They were passing the ball really well, and they were going up in the paint with 2 feet. There was none of this floater or one-footed halfway jumper, throw it at the backboard and hopefully we bank it in. There was none of that. It was 2 feet strong to the basket. You had Owe catching lanes and driving and doing his thing that he normally does. And Pope put him out. I mean, there's even there was a glance of, in the first half when Pope subbed him out. He's like, you can see the look on his face, like, why? I'm on fire, coach. So, I mean, free throws were a big thing in this game as well. It's really, other than turnovers, is what lost us the game. I don't understand how all of our guards are missing critical free throws. And last night or a couple nights ago, the bigs that are normally bad about shooting free throws were making free throws. They were 5 for 6. Garrison, or Marino, Yelovich, and Diabate were 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Our guards, Aberdeen, Owe, Chandler, and Noah, which Noah's one of our highest free throw percentage shooters. I mean, he missed his free throws. I mean, that's something we got to clean up. And we've seen that all season. Like, we've been through stints where free throws won us the game. Against Tennessee and Rupp, free throws won us that game. Aberdeen, being the cold-hearted, handsome devil that he is, ice cold blood in his veins, hit the nail in the coffin against Tennessee. But we weren't seeing that. Aberdeen was really bad in the first half. And there was almost too much passing, too. I mean, going back to the passing point, I mean, there was too much passing. They were trying to do too much, it seemed like. And then they started settling for threes in the second half. And you weren't making them. I mean, Aberdeen didn't start making points until late in the second half. He didn't start getting hot till late in the second half. So I don't know why they switched up on the game plan. I don't understand it. Seems like every time it looks like we don't know what we're doing, we lose the game. And you can tell it's like they lose their assignment. I mean, you can tell. Everybody, I just don't understand it. I don't understand his team. I don't understand the coaching. I don't understand the game plans. I don't understand why they don't stick to the game plans. I don't think anybody knows. So, I mean, it stinks to win or to lose. And especially to Georgia, a football school. Come on. You don't lose in Rupp to Georgia. Come on, man. Like I said, Pope's setting records. I like the guy. I do think he's a good coach. I do think he would do well. And I always remind myself it's year 2. of Mark Pope. It's year 2 of Mark Pope. I don't really remember Billy Gillispie because I was younger then. And I know a little bit of the history. You know, people didn't like Billy G. I mean, he's talked down about because he just looked happy to be there on the bench. But it's just year 2 of Pope, and this is the same. He done the same song and dance at BYU. They won games they weren't supposed to, and they lose games that they're supposed to win. And at some point, he's got to take a look at himself and figure out what he's got to do better to get rid of that bad analytic. Right? So, my MVP of the game is Colin Chandler, Captain Clutch, Aaron Mormon, whatever you want to call him. He had 18 points. He was 6 of 10 from 3. He got cold there at the end of the second half. He gave us much needed threes when we needed them. I mean, this kid in conference play, he has been a clutch go-to player when we need a three-pointer. So moving on to my spark plug player, that'd be Otega Owe. He had 28 points. He tied his career high at Kentucky. He was 28 points. I mean, he was on fire in the first half. He was on fire in the second half. Every time he got hot, he got pulled out for whatever reason. So he's our spark plug player of the game. And our clutch player is Mo Diabate. He come up with some key rebounds that we didn't really capitalize on, but he had 9 rebounds in the whole game. He's been our go-to guy, you know, when it comes to rebounds off of free throws. Defensively, he's doing a lot better. Offensively, not so much. I mean, he's good about driving the paint and getting fouls, but defensively, I think if we need to have good defense, he needs to be in the lineup on the floor. Our good lineup, as of right now, with the players that we do have available, I mean, Owe, Diabate, Aberdeen, Chandler, and Marino need to be the 5 that you put out there for defense for right now. Because Jasper Johnson couldn't guard a broom to save his life. He's good offensively. When we need offensive buckets, he gets it for us. He does turn the ball over a lot. So, I mean, you run a risk of that. And we've seen that the past couple games as well. I like Jasper. I thought he was going to be another Rob Dillingham, and I just don't know if it's the lack of coaching or the lack of play time, or I'm not really sure what it is, but he's not living up to the hype, really. I hope he does good. I hope he stays next year and is able to, you know, fundamentally build himself to be a better player, to be a true backup point guard, which is what he was recruited for. Plus, he's a Kentucky boy. He always wanted to play for Kentucky. He grew up in Lexington. He's a Lexington kid. I mean, he's a Kentucky boy. And Trent Noah, I don't know, ever since he hurt his ankle, he's just not had the confidence. He's another player that needs to step up. I said this a few weeks ago. He needs to step up. Johnson needs to step up. Just waiting on those two to have a breakout game. And Brandon Garrison, man, BG, he's all right defensively, but he's a great passer. Him and Owe play off each other really, really well. But I just don't see the upside. He's had a few good games where you're like, BG's on tonight. You have other games where you just want to turn the TV off when he gets on the floor. And I don't want to say that about any player of ours, I won't talk bad about him, but he's got to lock in, man. He's got to be the BG that we had a couple weeks ago against Oklahoma. We got to have that BG every night, especially for the next 5 games. So, I mean, for many of y'all that may not know, our next 5 games is this Saturday. We play against Auburn at Auburn, which we kind of evenly match up with them. They're just as inconsistent as we are. I just don't know what Tigers team we're going to get. And we don't know what kind of Kentucky team we're going to get. In order to win, we're going to have to play. I mean, we're just going to have to play good. We're going to have to defend, stay out of foul trouble, and hit our freaking free throws to win this game. I think that going forward, Pope needs to take these guys that are coming off the bench, like Noah, Johnson, Garrison, and slide them in the lineup with the starters. I think for the majority of the games, you need to have Owe and Chandler in the game, and Aberdeen in the game. You can swap out the bigs. Let them play around starters, all right, that can feed them. I mean, Trent Noah, he's always open. They just never draw plays up for him for whatever reason. I don't understand it. He's a sharpshooter, but we don't utilize him. You stick him in there with the bench warmers against Georgia, and Georgia comes back on you. So, I mean, what can you do? I just think Pope needs to start utilizing these bench warmers with the starters and feed them and give them confidence. You know, you want to play them more so they get more playing time, more experience, so they can get better at the game so we can use them later in the season. But they're not really, it didn't seem like they're building. So I think going forward, he needs to add them in with the starters, take one of the starters out, put one of the bench guys in, and feed the bench guy to get him some experience and some buckets. Especially Noah. I want to see him catch fire so bad. I mean, he helped us a lot last year. At the beginning of the season, he helped us. And it's like when he turned his ankle, it's just like he lost all his confidence. I don't understand it. But we go to Auburn. They got a player that averages 20.7 points a game. Owe's going to have to shut him down. I think Owe, that is his defensive assignment. You keep that kid from scoring. You don't need Aberdeen. You don't need Chandler on him. You need Owe on him. And Owe's going to have to play the best defensive game of his life to contain this kid. I don't know much else about Auburn other than they're very inconsistent. They went down to Gainesville and they smacked Florida by like 30 points. So, and they got like a 12-loss record. I mean, we're close to that too, but I don't know. I don't really have expectations because I don't know how either team's going to show up. I'm kind of just expecting to be down like we normally are going into halftime because that's just been the status quo for this Kentucky team, unfortunately. So we play Auburn Saturday, and then that following Tuesday we go to South Carolina. It's always a hard place to win for us. South Carolina's down this year, so it's a game we should win. I'm not going to say we are because we should have won against Georgia, and we did not. And so then that Saturday, Vandy comes to Rupp Arena, and we get the rematch that we've been waiting on after they destroyed us in Nashville. It's another game. I don't know. I just don't know how it just depends on who shows up. And that following week, we go to Texas A&M on March the 3rd on a Tuesday night. Pretty sure it's a primetime game. A&M's always a hard game that we play every year. They're another team that I think they're on a skid right now where Teams have kind of figured out how to beat them, but I don't want to be that team that. I think we can steal that one, but I'm not sure. It just depends on how we play, how we show up going forward. And then our last game of the year is Gators come to Rupp. Senior night, March the 7th. It's a rematch that I think everybody's going to be looking forward to. Out of the next 5 games, I mean, I think we lose 2 of them. Those 2, I don't know which ones they're going to be, to be honest with you. So I'm going to try to stay positive, because negativity it runs through this fan base really bad. But I just think, like I say every week, and I've said for the past few weeks, we have to buckle up and just accept what we see right now. And you don't have to. It's your opinion and how you want to deal with your love for Kentucky sports. But I'm buckled up. I'm along for the ride. I'm excited to see what these guys do. I'm excited to see what kind of story they write. I say this every week because I want to kind of keep some positivity on this show and in this fan base. So that's pretty much all I got for today. I hate the Cats loss. I look forward to playing Auburn. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm on Facebook, the Wildcat Zone. I'm on YouTube, the Wildcat Zone. Hopefully we can get a dub Saturday. We can bounce back from this, get back on a winning streak. But stay positive, BBN. I'm excited to see what these guys do. I think there's something special for this team. I just don't know what it is. I don't know when it's going to click. And stay positive out there. Always crack you open a cold L8 and refresh yourself. And thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, and share. And Godspeed. And go Big Blue. And go Cats. Why not?
This is the Wildcat Zone!
What does the Wildcat say?